Bhashini from a foreign cloud provider to India's own sovereign cloud infrastructure operated by Yotta Infrastructure. This is far more than a routine IT transition. It provides a substantial boost to India's domestic technology ecosystem, giving indigenous cloud providers skills, credibility, and validation at a time when global cloud markets are increasingly competitive. Namaskar. I welcome you to the digital media of Uday India and in India, Bharatiyataka Sankanath. I want to speak you that friends, India has taken a decisive and strategic step towards digital sovereignty and migrating its flagship language AI platform Bhashini from a foreign cloud provider to India's own sovereign cloud infrastructure operated by Yotta Infrastructure. This is far more than a routine IT transition. It represents a structural recalibration of where India's critical digital assets reside and under whose jurisdiction they are governed. The scale of this migration under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology underscores its seriousness. Over 200 terabytes of data were transferred, comprising more than 3.5 billion files with zero data loss reported during this process. Beyond safeguarding data integrity, the transition has delivered measurable operational gains, including a 40% performance boost and cost savings in the range of 20 to 30%. These figures demonstrate that sovereignty and efficiency are not mutually exclusive. In fact, the move suggests that localized infrastructure can outperform dependency models when properly executed. Launched under India's National Language Translation Mission, Bhashini was designed as a multilingual AI platform to power translation and language processing across India's diverse linguistic landscape. It serves startups, MSMEs, innovators, and public digital services, making it a foundation layer in India's expanding digital ecosystem. Until recently, however, its underlying data infrastructure was hosted on foreign cloud systems. That dependence has now formally ended, marking a significant milestone in India's digital evolution. The shift matters on multiple levels. First, it reinforces data sovereignty by ensuring that Indian data remains under Indian legal and regulatory control. In an era where data is often described as new oil, jurisdiction over digital assets carries strategic implications. Second, it strengthens national security and privacy safeguards by reducing exposure to foreign legal systems and potential external access. Third, it provides a substantial boost to India's domestic technology ecosystem, giving indigenous cloud providers skills, credibility, and validation at a time when global cloud markets are increasingly competitive. A critical backdrop to this transition is the clarifying Lawful Overseas Use of Data Act, commonly known as the Cloud Act. This US legislation allows American authorities to request data from US based cloud companies even if that data is stored outside the United States. For governments and around the world, this extraterritorial reach has raised legitimate policy concerns about jurisdiction, sovereignty, and data control. India's move must be viewed within this broader global debate over who ultimately governs its digital infrastructure. Notably, India is not alone in rethinking cloud deficiencies. The European Union has announced plans to significantly scale up sovereignty cloud investments with funding projections expected to exceed $23 billion by 2027. Initiatives such as GIAX aim to create a federated, secure, and European controlled data infrastructure to reduce reliance on US hyperscalers. Countries like France have already begun replacing certain American software platforms due to concerns over security compliance and jurisdiction. This global pivot carries implications for major US cloud providers such as Google, Microsoft, and Amazon Web Services. Government contracts are typically stable, long term, and high margin. As more nations localize critical workloads, these firms could face revenue pressures and a gradual erosion of dominance in public sector segments. The cloud industry, once defined by scale and centralization, may now enter an era shaped by jurisdictional boundaries and strategic autonomy. India has made its move, positioning digital infrastructure as an element of national capability rather than merely a commercial service. Europe is accelerating its own efforts. Together, these developments signal that the global cloud order may be entering a new phase, one where sovereignty, security, and self reliance are as important as speed and scale. That's all for today. Stay tuned with Uday India and subscribe to Uday India.